Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I have something for you today. Just wanted to show you guys something I've been making. I've posted it on Sloppy and on the Terminator forums, and I did some like initial testing with people. I'm like, what do you think of this? And what do you think of the cost and the build quality? And then I sold like 5 for testing, and everybody likes them. And we had one with an issue, and it ended up being a bent pin. Nothing crazy, so they are working out nice, and we are right now doing a pre-order on these on the Sloppy Shopify website. I will leave a link down in the description below. Essentially what this does is, let me just take this nice fabric tape off here. You get this guy, and you plug this into, see, when you get a Holly, Terminator, Dominator, HP, or Megasquirt 3, or Gold Box, or Holly, or Haltech. There's a lot of systems that have no alternator control. So a lot of you are familiar with getting a system and then going, great, what do I do now? I'm kind of screwed. Why can't I control my alternator? So what this does is nice. It plugs in line to the coil pack. So there's the main big 8-wire, 8-pin coil pack feed, and then the 4 coil packs. So this plugs in line to the coil pack and then back into the coil pack, and this guy goes to the alternator, and it has a built-in resistor and everything else. So you can use this on a Holly or Haltech or Megasquirt or any of the aforementioned I was talking about, and it'll charge your alternator if you have your wiring correctly. About 14.5 volts. 1440 is the average of what we're seeing. So it's pretty nice and clean. The only issue we ran into is this connector and this connector are pretty expensive. It's easy to get crappy ones that break. I didn't want to even do this if I was going to build one that was super cheap, close to the price of doing it yourself and then having it be junk. So I had a motorsports company make all these for me. You can see it's all very nicely sleeved, and he has the fabric tape on everything, professionally crimped, yada yada yada. So we have these up right now for pre-sale on the website, like I said, and you can plug these in and it'll charge your alternator. No problem. You can take literally 2 seconds and plug it in, and it's ready to go. I'm using one on the red Mustang, and it is working great this whole time. So ever since I started the car, I've been testing one and just wanted to know if it would work before even, giving out the idea to sell these to people. So there it is. If you guys are interested, there was a lot of interest. People are buying them. It's pretty much as fast as we can make the test ones. So we have like pretty much the release of them. It's a pre-order because I don't want to make 50 of these and then sell 10. It happens sometimes with the shirts. I learned my lesson. And then another thing that I'm making, this is still like a prototype, and I'm selling these as I build them to test out length and how people like them and everything. And the finished product for this is going to be more. These are $80. And then this is going to be over 100. I'm not sure exactly how much. It depends on, I need to get feedback from people because it's about 5 feet of length. What this does is this plugs into the Holly power tap connector. On the Holly harness, you can plug in a power tap connector. So this is specifically for the newer Holly wiring harnesses, like the Terminator or the Dominator stuff that have the new harness. So this guy plugs into the power tap, this guy plugs into a flex fuel sensor, and this guy plugs into the alternator. And then this is the output pin that you crimp onto input number 1. So then you have flex fuel. So all you do is plug this into the Holly harness, put this, crimp it onto pin 1, and plug in your alternator and your flex fuel, and you have flex and alternator control. The tricky thing is about wiring the flex onto these cars is you have to have a 5-volt pull-up with a 10K ohm resistor and some other complicated things. So a lot of people don't feel comfortable with that at all. So then the issue is the length. That's why I'm not looming them. So I'm making them about, out of this connector from in the car, it's about 5 feet. I was making them like 6 or more. And you could plug in the alternator if it was past your bumper on most cars. We tested the length and everything on. So that was excessive. We definitely didn't need that. So this is about 5 feet. This guy plugs into the Holly again. This guy plugs into your alternator, this guy plugs into your flex fuel sensor, and then that crimps onto input number 1, and you have alternator and flex fuel control all in a simple plug and play harness. So these are pretty cool too, but again, they're Terminator specific. The other ECUs don't have this particular connector. They might have something like it, but this is specifically for the Holly. I figured a lot of people are jumping on the Holly right now, and then they're finding out that they need to wire alternator and flex, and they're just like, I'd rather just buy something. So that's why these two guys exist, because people are like, I'd rather just buy something I know works. And the funding obviously goes into sloppy mechanics and making more cool stuff like this and blowing more head gaskets out of cars. So if you like this stuff, let me know in the comments. If you want to pre-order, there's a bunch of these for pre-order right now. These guys are still a work in progress. Let me know what you think. These were very well received for the Terminator crowd. I'm selling a bunch of these like prototypes unloomed, and I'm asking people, you know, do you want me to even loom it? Will I charge extra to loom it? Yes, so that'll be a factor on the price. I'm not sure how I want to loom it at all, because everyone's plug-in locations are different. I'm almost just want to tell people this will be unloomed. The price will reflect that, and you can buy loom yourself when you plug it into the right spot. So again, let me know what you guys think of all this stuff, and have a nice day.